you tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstay it, your thoughts are never everything you want till when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side, you on the Christ when I breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak, I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot, and you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play, and you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneous. It's Leo with joints and rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all keep it flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep it flow. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, steady, bang. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. Don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, hell. Keep it on me cause my name ring bells. People see me and can't help themselves. See me and themselves. I wouldn't wanna be anybody else. I never used to think I'd be a magazine cover. They keep on trying to find new ways to push my buttons. I came out of the jungle where it rained and it thundered, but I bring the heat like the summer. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. Don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, hell. Every day I wake my thumb, I don't get to take off. A hater get up, I'm ready like lift off. I never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long, I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib, ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. Tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Ready, break. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Slant, slant. Defense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one complete to Smith. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Back. Hey, Haywood.
On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Bravo.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for the Saints. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll drop the throw. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Ready, blue 80. X25. Check. Go. Check.
Ryan now to throw on third down. It's caught. Jones. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey, Tuesday.
47's the Mike, boy. 47. Check, 47.
From the shotgun, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
You draw Porker. Go. Hey, Delta.
Check it out, please. Shift.
Look at me. Go. Go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll be out right at the 35. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 35 on second down, Ryan. Complete to Jones. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 27
On second and 12, Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Demario Davis came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So the sack pushes him back, and now third and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Watch the slant. Mike 56, Mike 51.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10.
55, Mike. Hey, Charlie. Double, that's the way. Mike 57.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack. And not a blitz there, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
Come on, set. H.U. Gator.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
But it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Face. 55.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he will find his man on the outside. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
This is Freeman on first and 10. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. He don't want it. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
From the 29, Ryan. Stocker's got it. Complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll get them inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
80
Second and 6 at the Saints 14-yard line.
Buzz.
Check right. Watch it, Watch the run.
Get out.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. The Falcons on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Check pass. Mike's 47. 21. 47. It's our field.
Ready to go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Get it.
2nd and 13. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Go on. Hey, lock it.
Switch it. Come here, switch it. Set it.
Shoot.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
Ready.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Tack McKinley racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
A gain of 14, but it's now 3rd down.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf.
Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
They're going to look to throw. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. That one goes for 24 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
Touchdown, defense. 45.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
A give. This is Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful at getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
I'm on. Hey, zoom.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Ryan. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, 59, ready?
56 to Mike.
Hey, exit.
Check 56. I'm coming for you.
From the gun, Ryan. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman.
You better 20. Let me know right now. You better bring it.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Now it's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Freeman again. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
47's the mic, boy. 47.
Smooth.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Give him 6 yards in the first down. That time it was a drag route, and they were in man defensively. So if the quarterback has good protection, that's hard for a defender to hang on to, isn't it?
It is, because you're constantly chasing. And also those schemers on offense, what they're really good at doing is pushing routes deep, make sure that they're covered and respected, and then finding a mismatch underneath. Get your guy in a drag route, hopefully against a linebacker, a slower safety, someone who can't stay with him, and just run him across the field into a nice completion.
Hey, high 7. Hey, eat. You must be dreaming.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Throwing on second down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Play action. It's Ryan. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On the ready.
This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley making it look easy, cruising in for the sack.
Go now.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21.
Come on, set, 50, plant.
Rip right.
Hey, seam 6. 45. Mike, 45.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Thomas, the intended target. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike 47.
Guard.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Hey, time.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Let him know.
Hey, Echo.
Mike's 56.
Guard.
Mike 56. Mike 56. There's a party now.
Get up.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Open man, it's Stocker. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Guard. 51, Sam.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you.
Go.
55. Mike 55.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
We want this.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, defense. 22. Hey, orbit. Slam. Hey, express. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. I got him.
On second and goal. Ryan nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Check. 56 to Mike.
Now it's Ryan. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
61, match box, right, now.
They run it again with Kamara. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. Able to find Harris, complete. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey, Alpha. 56, Mike, 56. Showed up. 56 from
on 2nd and 9. Ryan. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A gain there of 21 yards.
Ready. 25. 56. Blue down.
On first down, Freeman. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From the 39, Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
We got 4. We got 4. Mike's 56. 22. Mike's 56.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Here we go, D.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks. The speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Hey, box truck. Ready?
Now back to throw. And that's caught by Smith. The end result, 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. The throw right sideline here is complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
2nd and 4. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Hey!
In your face.
Hey, Charlie!
45. Mike, 45.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They're going to look to throw. Going up top. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Now.
He'll drop to throw. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They run. It's Kamara. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there. Good for a Saints first down. They'll look to throw here. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Protein spill. Hey, exit.
Hey, let's get off the field, G.
Let's get it.
Back to throw here. He gets it complete to Harris. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 10 more there and another first down.
Ready?
45, Mike, 45. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Ready?
They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And just 1 man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Snags it for the pick. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point right down the middle, and a lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. So